everybody, welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be talking to you about Retin A. I'll be sharing a before and after picture of my 18 months of using it, my experience during that time, how I use it now, how I was using it then to avoid redness and peeling and all that good stuff that comes with Retin A that you have to go through before getting shiny, beautiful, wrinkle-free skin. So let's get to it. First of all, let me say that I am not a doctor or a medical professional. This is just my own personal experience with Retin A that I am sharing with you. So Retin A, or tretinoin as they also call it, was discovered in the 1960s at the University of Pennsylvania. The basic deal is that the very top layer of your skin has keratinocytes, and they tend to hang out a little bit longer and become more adhesive as we get older. And this in turn leaves the skin looking drier and rough. Then we have the epidermal cells at the base, and they take a longer time to replicate, which is why the cells at the outer part have a longer lifespan. That can also make the pigmentation in your skin look mottled and irregular. Now, in the deeper layer of our cells, the dermis and the collagen become bundled and thinner, and that's what allows the wrinkles and crinkles to shine through. That's not what we want. So Retin A is a topical medication. It's available by prescription only, and you apply it to your face, you can apply it to your neck and your chest, and some say not to apply it to your eyelids, but I just started doing that maybe a week ago, so we'll see what happens. I've seen some other influencers here on YouTube that use it on their eyelids, and they've had really great results for hooded eyelids. And this eye, more than this eye, needs the help. So I'm gonna try it and see what happens, and I'll get back to you guys probably in about 3, 6, 9, 12 months to see if there's any change. Now back to Retin A. It works at the cellular level, so it could take months for you to see a full effect. And the longer you use it, the more positive changes you will see in your skin. I saw pictures of someone that used it for 5 years whose skin looked amazing, way better than it did 5 years back. That's pretty freaking awesome. Retin A can be considered a miracle as far as a skin product goes because it really gives you youth in a bottle. But one of the earliest effects of what Retin A does is that it sheds off those keratinocytes from the top layer of your skin. That's gonna make your skin look fresher, it's gonna look smoother and less pigmented. And those epidermal cells that weren't replicating, it's gonna make those replicate faster, so it's gonna give your skin a much healthier look. And those collagen bundles that we're thinning out, well, those are gonna get thicker and get more organized, and it's gonna give you the appearance of less fine lines and wrinkles. Okay, so I started Retin A about 18 months ago. It was July of 2019, and I went to a dermatologist in July of 2019, and I got this formulation. It is a 0.05% of tretinoin, and it has some niacinamide in here and hyaluronic acid. It's a 30 ml bottle. It lasted me quite a while because when I first started, it wasn't every day. So what I would do is I would wash my face, dry it, wait 20 minutes, and then put a pea-sized amount on my finger and just kind of like dot everywhere all over my face and then blend it all in. And I wasn't doing anything at all on my neck at the time. It's important to start slowly. You want to avoid the peeling and the redness, and that could mean that you do it every other day, every 3 days to start off with, even once a week maybe if your skin is especially sensitive. Mine is not that sensitive, so I believe I did it like every 3 days to start off, and I wouldn't put any moisturizer on afterwards. It was just the Retin A. Now I do something completely different with my routine, but at the time I would just wash my face, let it dry for 20 minutes, put the Retin A on, and then that's it. No moisturizer, no nothing. Now my saving grace with the peeling and any redness was to put facial oil on my face in the AM. Right before I, put my sunscreen on after I did my whole regimen of products. I would put the oil. At the time I had Mad Hippie facial oil and just put a few drops, like 5 drops in my hand, rub it a little together, pat it, and then pat it into my face, and then put on my sunscreen. It's super important when you are using Retin A, Tretinoin, that you put SPF on. And I like to do SPF 50 if I can. And I do. I use an SPF 50 a mineral SPF. I can put the link down below. I can also put the link down in the description for the Mad Hippie facial oil if you're interested. The facial oil really helped to hide the peeling that was happening, because it will happen, and you should celebrate when it happens, because it means all the dead skin's coming off to make way for the new fresh baby skin. And it's definitely a beautiful thing. So here are the before and after pictures. We're gonna get a little personal, but I'm doing this in the name of science and for your benefit. So here we go. So on the left, you can see my skin appears to have more texture. My pores are more apparent. Under the eyes, the little tiny crisscross wrinkles that start on the inner corner of the eyes are more apparent. You can even see pigmentation, like little tiny sunspots on my nose that are not as obvious. You can see that my eyelid area, even though I've only been using Retin A on my eyelids for maybe a couple of weeks now, it's starting to look better. You can also see the wrinkles by my mouth that are looking a little less obvious. Now we'll go to a smiling picture. If you look at the forehead, it looks a lot smoother. The wrinkles where the 11s are not as prominent at all. The eyelids are looking better and less wrinkly. If you look under my left eye area, your left, you can tell that the wrinkles have definitely been smoothed out a bit. Now here's a disclaimer. I did not have filler in the before picture, but filler doesn't handle wrinkles very well. Sometimes it can exacerbate them, and I'll show you that on the same picture. If you look under the eye on your right, you will see that the Retin A handled the smaller crisscross wrinkles very well. But there's a really deep wrinkle, and that deep wrinkle is occurring because the filler is pushing that area of skin up. So if you want to check out my filler video, you can see why I don't like filler very much, because it tended to cause a bit more wrinkles than I even had to begin with, and it aged me. There's the before and after pictures. I hope you could see a difference. The quality and texture of my skin is so much better. And since January of this year, I've changed my formulation. I wasn't able to go back to the dermatologist because of COVID, and I heard about a company called Apostrophe, and this is not a sponsored video. I paid with this with my own money, but it's a great service because I didn't want to drive an hour or longer to go see the dermatologist, and this way I was just able to get the prescription mailed to me. Here's what it looks like. So I went to apostrophe.com. I filled out a questionnaire. They paired me with a dermatologist who looked at my answers, looked at my concerns, and looked at the pictures that I sent in, and she gave me this formula. This one in particular is niacinamide and tretinoin, and it's at 0.1% of tretinoin and 4% niacinamide. I was also given instructions from the dermatologist at Apostrophe about how to use this, and what she told me was that I didn't have to wait 20 minutes anymore between cleansing my face and putting the Retin A on. She also said that if I really wanted to, I could also put moisturizer on afterwards. So what I do now is I cleanse my face, I dry it, pat dry with a towel. I don't rub it. I pat dry with a towel. I brush my teeth. That takes about maybe 2 minutes. Then I take a pea-sized amount on my fingertip and I dot it everywhere, and I'm even doing it on my neck and then I blend it all in. And then maybe after 2 more minutes of doing other things in the bathroom, I will put on a moisturizer. And that's been going really well. Now, I'm also doing microcurrent, and I had a pretty big flare-up when I started using the 1% tretinoin. I found out that if you are using microcurrent, you should not use Retin A the night before you're going to use your microcurrent. So what I'm doing now is I'm using the Retin A after every MyoLift mini session and then not using it the day after. So I'm using Retin A every other day, the 1%. And that's gonna go on for about 2 months, and then I will switch to doing it every single day. But yeah, you guys should have seen me because I was using this every day, and then I was using the MyoLift mini, and I was super swollen and red, especially on my eyelid area. So that's just a word to the wise for anyone that's also using a microcurrent device while using Retin A. Alright, so I hope you've learned something from today's video. If you have any questions, please link them down below. Make sure to look in the description box for any links I mentioned. And I do post every Tuesday at 10 a.m. so please subscribe if you like this video and you would like to see more. Have an awesome week and see you soon.